Okay. Apparently I am live now. And it was probably an hour and a half ago that I had this, just because of what I was seeing on the news and stuff, um, that I just felt like going live because of so much of what I see. So I want to start this out since I don't know how many people are here. I can't tell that from the screen. It doesn't matter. The people in the chat, there's been here. Uh, Damn, I'm such a noob. Damn, I'm such a noob. Okay. What the hell is screen up? It's on the other window. Nothing. Fuck. Excuse my language. I don't have the highest powered computer in the world. You go this tab. There we go. Hey Scott, how are you? Tim Jackson. Bob, of course. I'm just getting myself set up. You can see Alfredo Montero there on my screen. My cat. Hey TJ, Mike. Hi brothers. So good to see you too, Scott. I'm sorry, Scott. Your live streams are a little too early for me, so I always miss them. Hey, Jay Berg, how are you? I think I already said hi to TJ. Whatever. There's Michael. Michael's been here for a while. Um, Tim Jackson. I guess it's summertime for you down there in Australia, eh, Tim? Hey, Allie, how are you? You freezing your butt off yet? Yeah, what is 10 a.m.? Is that time to warm yourself with some liquor or what? Hey, it's thing. Hey, Ariel. I know. I knew it was coming up this summer. That's pretty cool. Did you get to see Dennis Lovelady, Tim? I know Bloody Matt did. You know, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know you're in North Florida, but you're west of where I am at, Scott. So it probably gets a little chillier over there than it does here because you're like in the middle. So look at the cat. The cat is such an asshole. I bought some more clothes. I can't wait to do a little video of me in my thermal bicycling wear. Now, when I say bicycle, I mean I'm like on an e-bike, but it has its issues, and I had to manually pedal it home today. It took me there fine, but then when I went to crank it back up, it said error, error, and it wouldn't do shit, so I had to pedal it. So I hope you're doing well, Allie. I hope you have enough coal to keep you warm this winter. And for everybody up north, all the fuel is fuel, propane, natural gas. It's all more expensive. So I'm not trying to do a Timcast or Tim Pool imitation with my hat. But I did want to shout out a few channels that I always watch. And one is Timcast. It's Timcast IRL. And I guess you would call him a libertarian. Anyway, he's a recognized guy. His name is Tim Pool. Pool with an E at the end. So he's pretty cool. And then another one I like is Louder with Crowder. And they both do panels of people, and very cool. Another channel I like to shout out is Zeducation, Tyler Zed. And it's funny, he just puts out these memes. They're pretty funny. Yeah, Louder with Crowder is cool, Mike. He is. And he put some good stuff out there. And so I don't know. I was just watching shit on the news and all that, and you think about fuel prices and the green agenda, and it just all pisses me off. And I mean, there's a lot of people out there, like Chris is in the gas business. Chris Hope out in Texas. And gas fuels the world. And when I say gas, I'm like natural gas, that kind of thing. And it's very clean. And what I never understood is, wait a minute, you shut down our oil, which is the cleanest oil in the world, actually, just from its makeup. And plus, we're way more careful about the way we get out of the damn ground than in the first place. So I still have not heard the answer to why it's so much greener to beg another country to pump oil for us when we can pump it out of our own damn ground. It's cleaner burning. It's cleaner in all the ways. Creates jobs. Makes the cost of gas cheaper. No, instead, let's beg a foreign country halfway across the world to pump more oil for us so that we can load it onto these huge tankers, these huge ships that use diesel, by the way, or some kind of fuel to propel it halfway around the world. Now, you would have to be an idiot to think that is. I mean, what kind of business model is that? That is like the stupidest business model ever. More pollutants in the air because it's dirtier fuel. I don't know. The list goes on and on. So Anyway, that just drives me freaking crazy. And Alfred is definitely trying to be. Oh well, that's what I mean, Bob. About having a transport, you shut down pipelines, whatever. Oh, okay, we'll just drive it there on a truck or across this huge ass tanker that has to burn fuel to get there. I mean, it's the stupidest thing ever. And why I have an e-bike. It's fun. Except when it quits on me, which it did today. But I had to manually pedal it back home. But it was good for me, warm me back up. It was cold outside. I thought it was cold. So anyway, electric is cool, but I mean, farting cows, I know. Well, you know what that tells you, Scott? We gotta eat more cows. Instead of turkey, we're having steak on Thanksgiving. I don't know, man. So who's having a tofu turkey? I'd rather starve than eat one of those. What do you think, Alfred? I don't think Alfred would even like some tofu turkey. Yeah, it is cold, man. I'm cold. I'm feeling better now, but anyway, please pay attention to the channels. But fuel costs don't really affect me now, other than the electric bill at the house because I'm not driving a truck around. But it's only because of that. For the working man and woman that have to drive somewhere to get to work and come back, inflation's at 8%. Or somewhere around. Supposedly dropped last month down to 7 point something. Your money's worth less. Fuel is way more, and now it's cold. So, hey, Corey. So, you have your heat on, Scott? I mean, I know you're North Florida. I know you're right, Charlie. Cold is a relative term, and it's what you're used to. Adam, how are you? I'm trying to type something. Not multitasking very well. All right, I want to know, Adam, is it is Adam, isn't it? I'm not sure. Anyway, I want to know how you let that witch, Whitmer, stay in office for another 4 years. I don't know. Mike, I'm giving you crap. All you had something to say about was the Dixon lady. It's like, how could she be worse than what's her name? I already forgot her name. I know you have to have some blood in Florida, Scott. Your blood naturally gets thinner when you live in a hot area. It does. It's not. I don't know. I've drank my share of warmer beer. The beer I drink, this crap I drink, is not good if it's the slightest bit warm. I've actually drank warm beer that was fine warm. When I say warm, I don't mean hot. I mean like room temperature. Yeah, and look, Allie, I don't know how people deal with that white stuff. Hey Scott, how often do you get snow where you're at? No, Eric is definitely getting some of that what I call white crap. Really? It has to be that cold for you, Adam? I kind of get that. Well, especially with cheap beer. Like natural light, I guess I've learned to get used to it, but if it gets a little warm, it's not as palatable as it used to be. So I don't know. I just had this urge to come on and vent a little bit about all the weird shit that's going on. Hey, Mike, the wind has a lot to do with it. So, Allie, yeah, that'd be all right, I guess. But every 25 years, well, Scott, I was in Jacksonville in the winter of 1989 that shut the whole city of Jacksonville, Florida down. And it was on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And it got cold as shit and it snowed. And I mean, the bridges froze. There wasn't no salt. What? We never thought we'd need salt around the city. No, it froze the bridges. It was bad. It was pretty cool. It was amazing. I saw shit. I wish I had video of it. But yeah, it was like all of a sudden, it's a holiday. Ain't nobody going to work now. Because the St. Johns River runs right through the middle of Jacksonville. And for whatever reason, I've noticed this. I've lived off and on here since 1960. And it seems to me like most of the people that live in Jacksonville, if they live on one side of the river, they work on the other side of the river. I don't know why they made that decision. I have no clue. But when the bridge is shut down, they ain't going to work. So there you go. Oh, really? Adam, you've been in. Why don't you come in for a minute, prick? Um, so you've lived in Michigan for how long? And Thursday was the worst weather you've ever driven in? I mean, you're like 15 years old, right? That's a joke. I know you're an old bastard. 40 years, so there you go. 40 years, and this is the worst winter. Damn climate change. I've never driven in a bad snowstorm. I've driven in some bad rainstorms where I couldn't see shit. But then you just need to pull over and get off the frickin' road. You know, you don't have to worry about sliding into some gully or something. I can't imagine. I honestly, I've said this a million times. I don't know how y'all put up with all that white crap. I mean, I'm sure snow can be fun, but I know, I mean, and never even having experienced this, I just know, just looking at the logistics of it, that if there's snow, you already want to have plenty of food that you can cook to eat. You want to have plenty of beer, of course, and want to have heat. And you don't want to drive anywhere to get it because you should already have it. Because it's just got, I mean, and as far as working, I mean, like, depends upon what you do. But me as an electrician, even down here in Florida, without snow, but it's like rain, pouring down rain, or just cold as shit, your fingers don't work as well, for one thing. And then you're just slogging through mud and goo, you know, it gets all over your shoes. You gotta go inside. Maybe dig a ditch. It just sucks. I mean, so everybody has to work in those circumstances needs higher pay for a bonus. I don't know what it was. It was, I don't know. It's been a couple years ago now, but it was really cold here in Jacksonville. I mean, like in the teens. Low teens, actually. And I actually put that thing a message out. I said, I'm not making it to work today. I ain't going out in this. And my boss got all pissed off because nobody else went in either. I was like, yeah, screw this. It's way too cold. So, anyway, he eventually forgave me for that. I was like, I'm sorry, man. Dude, I'm just saying like it is. I can't do nothing. My fingers will be frozen. I mean, if you're working on a new house, it'd be different if you're doing a service call on the inside of the house. Damn, sorry, I should have hit the cough button. But you're on the inside of the house, you're shielded from the wind, it's warm in there. But wasn't the kind of job that we were having to do. So, anyway, it's like, no, you can fire my ass because I ain't coming in today. This is not good working conditions. I do. Well, we don't have the heat on in here, which I'm fine with. Okay. I'm kind of cold natured. Maybe I have too much antifreeze in my blood. No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I must need some more antifreeze. I need some of your, hey Michael, were you already here before? No, I have not been flying any. I even got a new radio, Michael, but I haven't bound to it yet. I actually, Mike, Night Train, I could use a shot of some of that shine you brewed. I don't know why, Michael. Look, okay. So I can tend to get political a few times. And somebody told me it was drone worship. He goes, "Why are you doing political shit on your drone channel? It messes up the algorithm." I'm like, I don't care. I'm not all about the algorithm. I'm just talking to people that I learned to, that I've met over the years doing the YouTube thing. And the only reason I know any of you people out there is because I fly drones. I know y'all do. And I feel like we're all friends, you know. Got something stuck in my throat. And no, all our opinions are not going to agree, you know. But I will put this to you, is that everyone I see here in the chat flies drones. They all do. Well, other than Allison French that left a comment not too long ago. She doesn't fly drones, but we all fly drones. Well, I want to know how you guys feel when you're flying a drone. You feel like you're free and you're flying like a bird, especially if you're doing the FPV gig, you know. But in a way, even with even with the display you got to look at on your tablet or phone, it's different than goggles, but still, I mean, you have a first-person view of what the drone is doing. Might be a little lag, whatever. But to me, the most important thing, granted, it's cool and all that, but the immersion you get, and you feel free. And to me, it's just another expression of freedom and liberty, and as our government should be just like that. I don't know about carefree, Scott, because when I crashed my drone, it didn't seem that carefree when I had to climb to get out of a tree or find in the bushes. But you completely lose yourself in the experience. So that's my the reason I bring that up is that when I get into like politics and freedom and liberty and stuff like that, I'm like, you people as drone pilots should understand that as much as anybody, because when you fly your drone, you feel this freedom and liberty when you do so. That's why everybody's going sub 250, because keep the FAA off their ass. But I don't know. I just, to me, like having a drone is like, in a way, having a gun. In that is, it's like, it's freedom. It should be your right. You know, granted, you don't have a right to spy on somebody's house. But you know what's funny is I've heard all these allegations, people flying their house. Now, I've been flying drones for a while. And those bastards aren't exactly quiet. If to hover outside somebody's window to spy on them, that's just ridiculous. Anybody that's flying that's not happening. They're gonna hear that shit. How you doing, Unlimited Vertical, Bob, Tim again? I don't know. Just the crap I've heard and whatever. I just had this urge to go live and bitch about the the state of things now, and how I don't mean to be pessimistic, but we got a little rocky road ahead of us still. And so I want y'all to be prepared for that. Not that everybody here, for the most part, well, it doesn't really affect Tim down in the land down under, but everybody else down in this chat will be affected. Let the bodies drop. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. I don't know. It's really crazy with this woke culture and people that get offended over any little thing. I mean, like, they're all like school children, like 6 years old, like little brats. They're basically little brats. And somehow they manage to cancel people. What the hell? They don't. Personally, I'll tell you this. I myself did not even begin to become politically aware until I was like 25. You got 18-year-olds that have been fed a line of crap from their high school, their college, whatever, they've been indoctrinated, not educated. They haven't been to the real world. You haven't had a real job. They might have had a real job trying to pay for their college debt, but I mean, I just wonder, should they be allowed to bake? I mean, the Democrats wanted 16-year-olds be able to vote. Well, there's a group of people that have no idea about the real world unless they have a shitty mom or dad and they are already relying on the government to take care of them. I don't know. I just go back to where I was at the age of 25. I've been working since I was 14. But I didn't know anything about politics. I didn't pay any attention to that. No, you're right, Bob. That's the way it worked. So I don't know. I mean, again, there's a few channels I mentioned, like Louder with Crowder and Crowder Bits and Timcast. Um, they talk about it all the time. You know, you look at all these kids that went to college and they majored in what? Basket weaving and whatever. Oh, they got a degree, but okay, time to get your ass out to the real world. What? You mean I have a degree and I can't get a job and I'm $60,000 in debt? Well, I guess you made poor freaking choices. I guess you should have looked at the degrees you could get. Well, how much money is in this? How much money is in that? No, you choose a thing like that's like I'm not gonna say the gender studies thing, but yeah, that's one of them. Or psychology, or basket weaving. Oh yeah, basket weaving ought to be easy. Let me do that, and I'll have a bachelor's degree in basket weaving. Yeah, we have a basket weaving position here. We'll pay you $10 an hour if you can weave 100 baskets in an hour. Then we might have to fire your ass. Look at Alfred in the screen. I don't know. I mean, I just don't understand how there are so many ignorant people out there. Maybe it's their parents' fault. They had ignorant parents. I'm telling you, this is my conspiracy theory, okay? Let me tell you my conspiracy theory. Remember when they started putting all the warning labels on everything? One of the first ones I saw that I remember was the 5-gallon bucket. And then on the side of the 5-gallon bucket would be a little child, like in diapers or whatever. And it shows a child with his feet sticking out of the bucket. That's one of the first ones, looking back over the years, that I can remember. Oh, and the one about the plastic bags from the dry cleaners. This is not a toy. So, yeah, the bags that the dry cleaning came in, yeah, they were definitely suffocation risk, but all right. Well, hey, Charlie, at least it was your minor and not your major. What, you're not going to offer me a basket, Charlie? What the hell? I don't want a basket. Actually, I'm a basket case, but really, he wanted to hide you. Bob, he wanted you to hide it and close the lid. So you made a basket case, eh? Hey, Bob, at least the door was off. He could have latched your ass in there and then dug a hole. So, I don't know. All right, so I'm trying to think of what got me riled up to where I decided to do a live stream. I can't remember. Look, oh yeah, what's his name? Trump. He's running for president. Surprise, surprise. Like we didn't know that a year ago. So he gave DeSantis some crap, whatever. I don't care. He shouldn't have said what he said about DeSantis. It wasn't that bad. He's just being a damn New Yorker, you know. But first of all, I don't want DeSantis to run in 2024. I want Ron DeSantis to be here for 4 more years. I live in Florida. I'm being selfish. And I don't think it's his time. I think it. Now, I don't know if Trump can get elected. I don't know. I'll vote for him. Okay. Yeah, he's mean. He's obnoxious. He's a damn New Yorker. What do you expect? You know, I know a few New Yorkers. I mean, Bob is one. You know, Charlie is one. But they don't really want to be there. They're New Yorkers in the country sense. They're not like city New Yorkers, even though Charlie's kind of in the city. So is Carlos, and so is Polly. They're all in the city, but they are way outnumbered, you know. Blue versus red. No problem. No problem, Mark. Happy to have you here. I'll say that. Why don't you have a cam? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Now I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, so you poor bastards in New York are stuck with Hochul another 4 years. But, you know, I don't know. I'm just happy to be here in the free state of Florida, even though I'm a little chilly. And I bet I'll be willing to bet. Yeah. Scott, never mind. You're a rumor? Well, you can do it on your phone, Gregor. So you're a pacer, are you? Cat is scratching. I don't know where Charlie. Oh, Charlie is in New York. I think he's in Queens. You're in Queens, right, Drone Psyche? So Charlie bought him a snowblower. Have you got to use it yet, Charlie? I think he's in Queens. Yeah. So there you go.
Thank you for the money for food.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What was that old movie with Yo? Oh,
Hey.
hey.
Okay. I need for you to look at this.
Oh God.
Actually, it'd be easier if you just came to the kitchen.
Okay.
To help assist with this.
All right, I'm coming.
It'll be quick.
All right. So apparently I have food here. Yes, Escape from New York with Snake Plissken.
But they supposedly make the sloppy woody stuff fresh. Get up, Scout. Get out of that spot.
Well, I'm sorry for that interruption. Food came. There was discussion about the sandwich. I wanted a pulled pork sandwich. And then Rhonda got a sloppy woody. So I had to look. Dano, how are you? What raccoon? Where's the raccoon? Yes, I left the building. I had to. And I had a thought when I went to leave, and there was something else I wanted to say, and I'm trying to think of what the hell it was, and now I can't think of what it was. I'll tell you what, man. Charlie, I have met some good coons in my life. I mean, I'm talking friendly coons. Let me clarify that. Raccoon. That sounded kind of racist for a minute, but you know, that's how I roll. Um, I know. Look, I'm warmer now because of the way I'm dressed up, but I would be cold if I didn't have all of this on. Let's just put it that way. It is from Woody's. Not woodpeckers. No, look, hey, Charlie, where I grew up on the creek, I grew up on the creek. And these coons would come up and we'd feed them. And there was a mama coon. She'd bring her little babies up. She wanted to show them to us. And I remember sitting on the back porch at her house, and we'd feed them. They'd put their little paws up on her knee. Well, the mama coon would do that, and then she'd take it from her hand and then give it to her babies. It was the cutest thing ever. It was really, really cool. You know, they talk about raccoons having rabies and whatever. If it's a dangerous animal, you can pretty much tell. I mean, I grew up in along the woods. We had a big backyard. Creek ran around behind it, and then across the creek were woods, and then beyond that was a cemetery, which was really cool, by the way. There wasn't a lot of activity over there at night, so as you can expect, it, unless there was full moon. Well, that's another story, but it was like the coolest place to grow up. There were all kinds of critters back there. Had otters come up the creek one time. Right when the sun went down, you could see these rats running in the trees. We always try to shoot their ass out of the tree, but we never. It was a hard shot. You only had like 10 minutes, and the light would go bad. You know. Alfred, what are you doing? Yeah, critters. I mean, just with the name Woodpecker's Barbecue, Scott, it sounds like it's probably a good restaurant. I just never heard of it. Look at the cat. What do you think of that cat? That's Alfredo Montero. Alfred knows I have food. He's wanting to glom off some of it. Oh, really, Charlie? That's crazy, man. Yo.
You have the Sonny's paper bag.
Huh?
The paper bag.
Oh, you need
Just
some
one
of the
myself
straw.
in there.
The Green Cove Springs is way too far away from me, brother. That's like that would be too. Green Cove Springs would be too far away from me if I lived in St. Augustine. Green Cove Springs is closer to where I used to live than where it is now. But I have no doubt they have some great barbecue joints over there. Probably some good fish places too. Because, I mean, it is right along the river or whatever. Jacksonville thing, all that. We got some good seafood here now. It's usually pretty fresh. And there are certainly eggs. So if you know that one, Jackrabbit, do you know? Now I'm not going to be able to think of the name. There's one in St. Augustine, and then there's one in Orange Park. I'm not going to be able to think of the name. Anyway, I've been here long enough because I'm ready to eat, and I forgot everything I wanted to say. So, thank you all for being here, and I appreciate it more than you know. Even though no one decided to come in so they could give me a break, except this guy, but he never has nothing much to say anyway. So, after a while, y'all, I thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you later. Okay? Hopefully, anyway.